Hello, everyone. This is my first time recording anything about War in the Pacific Admiral Edition. I am in a play-by-email game against an opponent for the first time. I'm playing the allies I've only had limited experience with AI, and it was a little sad. Very easy to defeat, and a little hard to get into it, and excited over victories. So I thought I'd look for a human opponent, and I found one, and it's been very interesting. As you can see here, we're in February. Actually, right now I've just wrapped up what I'm going to be doing, the commands for the turn, as the allies map. Japanese opponent. We agreed to a historical December 7 turn, and he did a very good attack on Pearl Harbor, well, historical, as well as some other things. And in fact, we can take a look here and see some of the carryover effects of Pearl Harbor. We lost one battleship. These, 7 are still being repaired. Some of them have been put in for upgrades, although they won't be using those upgrades anytime soon. A few other ships smaller ships had to be repaired after Pearl Harbor, and most of them have been already repaired and ready to go. Let's take a look at some other things here. Sorry, just bumping down the sound in case that makes a difference for how much the sound is recording in here, because in my headphones it sounded kind of loud, some of these clicks. So let's get out of this. I did want to show the ship sunk, so that we could see sunk day. Just to point out, it was the Nevada we lost in Pearl Harbor, the Pearl Harbor attack. Prince of Wales and Repulse in Force Z were wiped out that same turn. There was, it was, I've seen the Bettys miss or, hit but not do enough damage to sink them. But this time, right now, in this case, both ships just got sunk without any chance of getting them out of there. Lost here and there ships throughout the game. Let's see, just to kind of get this image here. So Repulse, Prince of Wales, Nevada, those are all high point ships. After that, we got some cruisers and some miscellaneous ships. Let's see, let's keep this on. Go to subs. I've lost a Dutch sub so far this game, and I know there's fog of war, but so far I've had a pretty good I've done a decent job, or my between my Air Force and my ASW ships, he just really tightened the noose here around Pearl Harbor. So I created several of these ASW task forces. This isn't even all of them. I've kind of cut them down with some by using them in other areas, ASW that is. But I've been having ASW patrol several airplanes, and let me show you the effect of that. Ship sunk, Japanese submarines. So several of these submarines, Pearl Harbor, Johnston Island, some of these are distant, but Pearl Harbor, Pearl Harbor, Lee. I really don't know how to pronounce that. Lihue, Pearl Harbor. Um, Anyways, interestingly enough, I've sunk two subs by sub v sub combat, just a torpedo right in them. Oh, and speaking of, that's actually how this was sunk. This Dutch K, what is that, 14, K-14 was sunk by a submarine torpedo. Interesting situation so far. All right, real quick, again, fog of war. I don't know what to do with this, but it looks like we've sunk the Ryujo. Almost a couple weeks ago, hit it with a Dutch sub torpedo. I don't know. Just one torpedo. I still, even though this has been sitting here on the report for 2 weeks, I still don't believe it. We'll see. And the reason I can't guarantee it by aircraft losses, aircraft losses due to the sinking, is because it was in this area here, just southwest of Mindanao, and they could have. He had already owned Holo, probably landed here. He didn't have Tarakan yet. He just captured Tarakan, a couple days ago. I don't know. I guess now's as good time as any to do a recap. He's really blitzed through a lot of these. Luzon did a really great job of keeping my fort levels down here. Pushed me out of Clark Field in Manila early, and then has me bottled up in Bataan. Cagayan, I've been holding here for a little while. You can see he's bringing in reinforcements. He's bombing that regularly and trying to beat me up there. Tarakan, my guns didn't do as well as I hoped, and he knocked me out of there. Taken northwest Borneo. Let's see, really drove down semi quickly. He's probably going to take Kuantan very soon. My forces here are semi weak. He does have a stronger force on paper, but this is pretty good terrain, jungle terrain. And now he's got everything except for Singapore. So I'm trapped here. I was able to get some reinforcements in, so I've got a decent contingent, but his army's pretty huge. So I guess Doomsday will be coming. My guess, is he's going to bring these guys here and then bring a whole 73,000 man and do this shock attack. Palembang, I didn't fortify it. I did regular whatever was here at the start, and I actually brought in an Australian machine gun unit, but they just they couldn't hold this. He brought in battleships and bombarded and just hit it really hard. So far I've got Java. Again, it's February 1. No sightings around Java. Celebes is pretty safe so far. All this East Indies. He took North New Guinea early on, like all 5 of these bases all at once. Boom, 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 boom. But since then, and I would say even in December, since then, this area has been really quiet. I've been able to reinforce relatively strongly, Port Moresby. Also, I put some units here at Milne Bay to hold it, as well as get some search planes out here. I just want to scour the area and watch out for any kind of invasion forces. I'm northeast Papua. If he takes that, there's nothing I can do to stop it right now. Port Moresby is more important. Milne Bay is I I hope to hold it, but mainly I'm using that right now just as a base to keep an eye out. If he hits it with force, he will take it. He took some of these bases pretty early, including Tulagi. However, right after the surprise historical turn, I'm guessing he just drove a landing force here, because my landing force that was in this vicinity at the start of the game, I beelined to Luganville, and he beat me by 1 turn. So I had to divert, and I came down to Noumea. And here at Noumea, I was what am I? I've been reinforcing and stocking up. Now right now it looks weakened. Well, why is that? Because right now I have an amphibious force with the 8th Marine Regiment and this artillery. My goal is to take this back. I don't know what he has here, but it has to be a weakened unit. I have some ships here that have been watching it again, and you can see the patrol zones. I'm keeping his, hopefully anyway, keeping his resupply ships away. And I've got these B-26s bombing it. And I did bring in a B-17 heavy bomber unit, hit it 1 turn with some port damage. You can see port damage of 10. Knocked out some supply hits too. So hopefully that's ready for my invasion force, which is leaving this turn. Should take 2 days, 1, 2. I have 2 cruiser forces here. One I hope to use to scoot up here and bombard. The other is going to do a surface escort up here. By the way, I've already submitted this turn to my opponent, and he ran it, and I'm about to watch it here momentarily. I just wanted to go over where I'm at with the turn. I got some ASW here. Nothing really strong built up here. I do have some units, but it's just fallback, I guess. And here's further fallback zone. Got some defensive units here. Also Canton, I've been reinforcing a little bit here and there when I can. Hopefully, I mean, this is not anything this would be knocked over quickly if he really tried. And so you probably saw earlier Johnston Island. He took just like 2 days ago, maybe 3 days, in-game days. He took Midway, I don't know, I want to say maybe 2 weeks in game time or so. What he did was he brought KB and a battleship task force, hammered it so hard that as I was bringing replenishment, supplies, and things, he came right at the same time. I skedaddled because, it was either lose all my stuff or supply it to no avail. So he hit it hard, like obliterated it such that by the time his troops landed, it was like a walk in. Then my guess is he regrouped and did it again here at Johnston Island. Both times he brought basically a division worth of infantry, an infantry division in here to both of these atolls. So I'm not taking these back anytime soon, but I will keep my eye on them. I got some scout planes that are constantly watching, and I set up a little seaplane base here to just keep my eye on Midway. I don't know how effective this range is going to be. I was debating setting up another relay patrol base here at Laysan Island, but I haven't yet pulled the trigger on that. I have subs patrolling this for resupply, as well as I've got one. I dropped off some mines here. I don't know that they'll do anything. And then I put this sub to work to watch, to keep an eye on that. Let's see. I mean, there's not really a lot to talk about except for what's upcoming down here in the South Pacific. His KB has just been used for Johnston Island. So I think that gives us a very small window to get in here quick, hopefully take it quick, because, I mean, if he comes back with KB while I'm still dropping stuff here and I haven't pushed him out, it's going to be a long fight. By the way, in Denny, I thought, hey, I need some kind of a scout base here. So I've dropped some. I also have put some defenders up here to kind of hold it. That'd be easy to knock over. It's just hopefully a speed bump. I have a couple of PBYs, but they don't like to operate for very long before throwing in the towel. So right now they're being maintained. Hopefully I can get them up flying tomorrow. And the search is going to be this way because the idea is KB might be coming. So hopefully these between Canton Island and Denny, they can maybe catch them if they're screaming like this way. Anyway, again, speaking of, I got all 4 of my carriers here. The idea is to cover the landing, but from a safe distance back here. So if his KB comes in from the north, hopefully I can slink away. I don't know. We'll see. It's just that right now KB is too strong to face off. So with that said, I could go into, let's see, I've built up, he's taken Mulmine to talk about Burma for a minute. I mentioned Malaya earlier. And got some patrol looking this way up there, Port Blair. So Rangoon, I've got reinforced a bit. Again, if Japan comes with a strong enough force, that's going to be dispatched quickly. But I have reinforced Pegu. He'll have to shock attack coming across. I don't know what he's doing with this unit northeast, or just directly east of Pegu. If he's sneaking past, I don't know. But if he comes in here, he could certainly cause logistical problems, but for himself too. So I don't know what he's doing. And China, I don't know what he's doing nor what to do. But I am kind of shuffling forces where mainly to set up defensive where there's good terrain, bottlenecks, crossroads, whatever, some stuff that looks strategically important or valuable. Up in the north, he's kind of knocked me around, so my goal is to back up here and hopefully get into position to give him trouble if he just marches straight up here. But it'd probably be nothing more than a speed bump if he really tried. So that's China. It's not really an exciting theater right now. And it really hasn't been throughout the war so far. Okay. Because anytime this is going to fall, and because he's got Betty's operating out of Sinkawang, I just kind of went ahead and for a while I had a presence up here of some ASW running around here, but he's really set up a base here, and now he's got air units in Palembang that I just decided to bug out. So I'm bringing my ASW stuff up into the Indian Ocean for the future operations that Japan's probably going to throw at me there. And I did have some surface ships here. Well, the goal was to cause him trouble, but he's knocked them around with his Bettys, so I've pulled back, mostly to repair, but also regroup and try to figure out what his next move is. Keep an eye on him. So I don't know what he's going to do next. He still has initiative. I really don't know if I should be doing what I'm doing down here, because he hasn't reinforced this, but he has initiative in the sense that even if I take it in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, he could probably just come and just wipe me off the map right here. So maybe it's a waste, but if I can, maybe one of two things will come from it. Maybe I'll hold it for a longer time, reinforce it, build it up, put some air units over it, and really hold it. Or he hits it, knocks me out, but I've hopefully delayed him in other theaters with this distraction. So we'll see. Either way, hopefully it's positive. One way it's positive short term, one way it's positive long term. Well, with that said, that introduction, I'm going to go ahead and jump over to the turn resolution, and I'll have you join me there. Talk to you soon. All right. I know for you it was like half a second maybe, but anyway, welcome back. So here is February 1. We'll see how this plays out. I haven't seen it yet. I have no idea. Again, I'm in the dark. Some of this stuff I can see through SIGINT, but I think this is going to be, for some reason, it didn't load correctly, or I wasn't seeing it. This is us trying to work out over one of his subs. By Pearl. So let's see. This is nighttime, of course. Subs firing at my destroyers or they have killed a few of them, even though they're supposed to be hard to hit. They've hit several. So it still makes me nervous, but hey, at least not too happy about an escort. Pardon me. Anything. Let's see. Just realized we're in the air phase already. Wow, it's fast. So and his carriers from Midway passed by. Bombing raids here over Cagayan and also Bataan, so yeah, he's definitely trying to keep his supplies. I hope it's for our base. I mean, it's still taking some serious hits, so we'll see. Trying to counterattack last the day or two before in game, and no, supposedly anyway, according to this, no damage to my probably not gonna. Yeah, heavy rain, man. That's not good. Not really much happening that air phase, but here's PM. See if I can get some. Picked up as much of it as I could. What's left is some artillery pieces that I'm just trying to get to Gazmata. I don't know what I'm going to do with them from there, but Lark Battalion is now back in Port Moresby. It was strong enough, I just decided I gotta rescue it instead of letting it die on the vine here, and you can see they're bombing what's left of Lark Battalion. And there's a base force here from Herbal that's trying to get over here too. And some serious runway loss, runway hits, so keeping me from serious air. Wiped out to non-existent. I did places in Dutch East Indies. That he's captured in the Indies as well. Well, that was lackluster. I was hoping at least you also get some ASW flights off of Pearl, but didn't happen. Always looking forward to seeing if I can filling me out is yeah, anyway, I have a small unit here to hold it. Right, I was So they called it, what? No, what? No attacks in China. No other bombardments. Wow, seriously. So, well, let's just see what happens here. So yeah, these are destroyers I decided to go ahead and let upgrade. I've the setup I've got going. I felt like I could do without some of this stuff, and I said, yeah, go ahead and upgrade if you can. I think we'll be okay with what we have on the map. I don't know if I pointed it out, but we haven't even lost 100 ships, and it's February 1, so I think we'll be okay. Got a lot of convoys going. Didn't point it out, but I have, for example, I had almost 100,000 supplies in Noumea before sending off my amphibious invasion. I think I'll be okay. Yeah, for some reason his subs have been annoying me around Pearl and other places. Let's see, where else? Well, other places not so far away from Japan, let's say. But like the places like Australian ports, Rangoon, Noumea, places like that have not had the same level of annoying, sub interference. So here we are about to get into the game, and I will return when I pull it up. All right. So, well, I mean, nothing really to see here. I know it started here. There was no specific reason that nothing stood out to me here. Speaking of, though, pardon me, I want to look at something here. So my goal was to get this transferred to its ship. Pardon me. So I'm going to let it refuel after all. So it's close enough to Pearl Harbor. I'll let it refuel, I think. You know what? I'll keep it full refuel, and then I'll just say, hey, head to Canton when you're done fueling up. And I'll go ahead and keep this guy on his path. The idea is, and actually I'm going to detach some of these. Let's detach these short-range destroyers and keep these longer ones here. Let's return to Pearl. I'm bringing this engineer force and some air unit with me. We're going to head south, deliver this stuff. And there's no rush. These guys won't be in time for any epic bombardments or anything. They're just there for future operations. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. So I don't know. I was just stuck on this because I was curious about what I had going here. But I can take these back to Pearl Harbor and go ahead and upgrade them. In fact, we'll auto disband them when they get there. So yeah, I'll just go in as ASW, maybe hit some subs on the way in. Okay. mainly I wanted to, well, let's see. So sometimes he would bombard me in these hexes that are contested in China. I'm just going to go around the map. I know maybe I'm jumping around. Don't want to make anyone dizzy here, but I just thought I'd jump to some obscure locations and just point out why I'm surprised we didn't see more. Now, he bombarded me here, but that's about it. So I'm a little bit, well, maybe more than a little bit curious about the lack of any kind of, he didn't even probe me here. Let's see. Yeah, that's going to be, I think he's going to push me out of this. I just have a token force. I'm just trying to bug out and get into defensive terrain over here. These are clear, and with these stacks of Japanese units squeezing me here, I just decided let's get out of the clear terrain and up into this rough terrain. Also got a blocking force here in case he comes up this smaller lane. Hopefully that holds up something. I Chang, I mean, that has a strong garrison. We're building fortifications. It's pretty high already, so I think that'll hold if he comes across. Changsha, that's also strong with level 5 fortifications. I think we're going to be okay there. So what else? But yeah, just surprised he's not even testing the waters at some of these spots. But yeah, it could be too. He's low on supply. I really don't know his situation. But yeah, he just took Kwanton. Yeah, I think he's waiting for reinforcements before he crosses that. And still, this is making me curious. I do have some recon that keeps an eye on these guys because I'm really wondering if I don't want to miss seeing them heading over here. It's going to be a shock attack, so it's going to make me wonder if I should pull these fighters out in case. I mean, if I doubt he's strong enough right now, but if he were to hit this and push me out and just destroy all those fighters for nothing, that would not be fun. Okay, but yeah, there's not much going on. Java, it's really quiet here. I'm keeping my eye out to see if there's any opportunities for me. But if I bring my ships up here and say, ooh, that's a juicy target, his Bettys will hit me again. I can't keep making that mistake. Darwin, that's been being fortified, although you can see the assault value is 209. It's not really that good. I do have more coming up the pipeline. That's a significant, or I should say decent amount. We can strategic move this up. So that's not bad. But here's what I decide. Let me point this out, by the way. Kapang, Dili, and Ambon are kind of my three. This is like, well, it's a funny looking triangle, but anyway, this is my fullback. I'm not running. I mean, I've got decent forces up here. I say decent compared to what, but not compared to the Japanese. But it's not like I'm running out of there, retreating. This is kind of small, but it's just it's a longer supply line. I feel like this is especially Kapang, but Dill even, like, if I had to, I could bring up some transport planes and really keep this supplied if I needed to. Although with determination, he could keep that closed as well. But anyway, so I've reinforced this with the Gold Battalion and this with the Sparrow Battalion. That, again, with determined effort, those will be taken out. But For now, they'll hold, and he certainly can't knock him out with a regiment or smaller. Well, certainly smaller than a regiment. A Japanese regiment is still pretty strong, especially if it has some naval and air support. Okay, but Port Moresby, we've got assault value of 307. Not that great, but I have been able to reinforce with some artillery and some armor. I haven't combined these because my hope, I don't know if this is right or not, my hope is that this will repair quicker by itself. I don't know. But these are certainly combat ready, more or less. I brought Lark Battalion, like I was saying, and got this out of Kavieng before it was wiped out. And then I brought over some troops from Australian mainland. Here's all that's left of Lark Battalion, just these two 25-pounder guns. So, and this guy, he's trying to hurry. They're trying to both hurry to Gazmata. I don't know what I'm going to do with the guns when they get here. I don't know if I should test the waters, pick them up. I don't know what he's been bombing this, but does he have them on naval bombing? So if I get close, he'll take them out. I don't know. This was just supplies. One of the ships that got sunk was they're just trying to, the idea is to bring so much supplies here that it's going to be hard for him to come in and knock out all of this supplies. And so they can hold out for a little while, unless a huge force comes and pushes them out. Anyway, I got the East Coast, I don't know, fairly secure, as secure as you can get in early 42. And then you can see here, my amphibious invasion is like half a day away. So now I'll, one thing I was trying to debate is which force is going to be the shore bombardment and which force is going to be the covering force. I do like all these guns, and I could rearrange them too, because the Houston has 9 8-inch guns. Louisville has also 9. And this has 10 8-inch guns. Let's see, the Australian Canberra 8-inch, I believe. Wrong direction. Okay, also 8. And then 4 light cruisers. I may just keep them this configuration. Just let this force go in and bombard for allow escorts to bombard. Sure, I'm not worried about anything being there right now. So yeah, let's go shore bombard this, and then we don't need a react here. They're just going to hit it, and I have a repair ship and some replenishment stuff going on in Noumea, but I may bring it back to Sydney and just regroup. For now, maybe I'll see if I can get replenished enough at Noumea. That way I can still have a reaction for a little while before I feel comfortable leaving the area. So we'll do that. And then let's get this other one, and we'll say follow, or, well, we'll follow this guy. Trail by 0 hexes and standoff 0 hexes. Actually, I don't know if meat is better. I haven't looked up the difference. But we'll just follow them at 0. So I feel good about, and this guy will just we'll close the gap here. We don't need him rushing off too far. We'll just leave it 0. Just stay in the hex and protect. Then the goal is to get these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, these are already in range. They're set up to bomb whatever ships come into this hex. Matter of fact, I'm gonna close further. Well, the thing is, I don't want him to know my carriers are here. Last time one time I brought my carriers in and I got within about 3 or 4 hexes and he saw them. So I think I'll just keep it in range of my SBD dive bombers. If anything comes, they should do some significant damage. Plus, we've got 2 more carriers that'll be hanging roughly off the coast. In fact, let's keep that from getting too close. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. We'll just swing down, keep our distance, because I don't know what he has here. He doesn't have any planes. I can promise you that. But something allowed him to see my carriers. I don't know, maybe proximity. I don't know enough about that specifics. But I don't want to get close enough. He knows where they are. If he brings ships and my planes bomb, he'll see my Dauntlesses. But otherwise he won't. He'll know I have some small ships, but he won't know where my carriers are still. I don't know. That may or may not help me. I mean, as it is, if his carriers were used at Johnston Island, and if they came to replenish, let's say, I don't know, if he went straight, he just disappeared. He hit this, came in for a turn, and left. What direction, I don't know. But if he comes here, or I don't know what he has set up to get more supplies and stuff. But I mean, I would say it won't be long. I would say I have maybe, if he really pushes it, I would say I have at best 2 turns to get this resolved. And man, it makes me a little nervous, but we'll give it a go. I mean, we'll give it a go. I'm in it. We'll take the plunge. I don't know that I'll lose carriers over it. Oof, but we'll give it a go. But I really wanted to focus on this and record a little bit here. I wanted to record the turn, of course, and I wanted to record some of this small operation I've got going here. I really don't have any other epic plans except for just to keep reinforcing and fortifying, training, doing all the things that you do as the Allies biding my time. This has been held by them for way too long by this lone guy. Well, it looks like 2 guys now. And I don't like it. Actually, he doesn't see this still. He doesn't know it's there. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should I bring my carriers up here? I don't know. I just don't know. I know I have several fighters here, but they don't have the range to cover this. Man, this is tough. If his carriers come here, let's check this out. Oh, they still aren't repaired. Okay, this isn't good. need to get these guys up so I can keep an eye on what's going on up this way. We'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get it. Oh, I just thought of something. So, one thing I can do is, so I got these guys here looking straight up. I could, it might help if I change the angle of the trajectory here. Also, just thought of something else. I can get these PBYs, split them up, and send a unit to FAT and angle them like, I don't know. By the time his carriers come, these guys, let's see, how far are they looking here? Oh, that's pretty good. They'd see out to here, but Denny is even better. Man, I wish my PBYs were working here. I'll figure it out. In the meantime, I will see you guys another time. Perhaps the next, perhaps we'll go over everything after my turn. Maybe I'll do another quick recap. We'll see, or we'll just run the day. If anybody has suggestions, I'm open to them. I know I didn't cover a lot. Again, my first video, jumping in the middle of, well, not the middle literally, but didn't start in December anyway. So, and I've been jumping all over too, so maybe, hopefully no one's motion sick here. But in the meantime, again, if anybody has suggestions based on what they saw or didn't have a chance to see, or questions about different other theaters, please let me know. And hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care.